Good evening and welcome. This is the Spirit of Motorsport TV and I am Hailey Coxon. Thank you so much for joining us. If you have anyone that wants to join this show this evening and you want to join in the live chat, please do share. Pop your friends' names in the comments, send it over to them and get them involved. Tonight we have some of the Knight family joining us in the studio. So we have Mr. Juan Knight and Tom Knight. Juan is David's brother and Tom is his nephew. Now we are still trying to get Marion, his mum, on as well at the minute. We've had some technical issues, but fingers crossed she will join in by the end of the show. But we do have also today's content from the desert, so we will be sharing that with you. Now, remember, this is a live interactive show, so we are going live so we can get you involved in the chat as well. So fire your questions our way. Send us your love, your encouragement for David, and we will share it with him. We'll send this show over to him tomorrow so he can check it out when he comes back from the race. And the more support he gets, the more he's just going to get egg on, and it's going to support that energy and building and fighting his way to the finish, right? So what we can do on this side, we're going to do everything that we can to support and to get into that line, that finish line. So what questions do you have for the family? What contributions do you have to the conversation this evening? Please send it our way. Don't be shy. Welcome to the TSOM family. Thank you so much, everyone, so far for joining us. Gosh, we've got quite a few on you here this evening. Amazing. So we've got Graham Smith. Hello to you. Gerton Revenge. Do an amazing job, Dave. Is it harder than you anticipated? We'll be having another go next year. I believe that he will. If you've seen any of the footage so far, David's described the Dakar. Like if you know that he's from the Isle of Man, you think about the TT. The TT, you don't just go to the TT, know it straight away and be successful straight away. It's very, very rare that that happens. You have to learn the ropes, right? You have to learn the track. You have to put a bit of an apprenticeship in before you can then start blasting through that race and really challenging yourself. So good evening, Andy. So David has described it as that. He is there. In a way, he's doing his apprenticeship despite his experience and his successes previously prior to the Dakar. He is there as an apprentice, right? So he is dancing with the desert. He is learning the ropes. And yeah, apparently, as long as this doesn't put him off too much, it's been quite a mission, hasn't it? His plan is to go back. We'll see by the end of the week, right? So thanks for your question, Gerton. We appreciate it. Ian Burgess, my wife, Nikki, would like to know if you've experienced anything on the Dakar that you hadn't anticipated. Great work so far tonight and Billy. I agree. All these questions are brilliant. We will collect them all and we will use them and send them over to him. And if we can get them shot for you, we will. We've got a question here for Juan as well. Brilliant. I will share that with him. Hello to everybody. Doug, Skip Brune, welcome, welcome, welcome. Robert, Nighty, doing a great job. You're doing what's the most memorable. He wants to know what's the most memorable part of the race so far. We will be finding that out for you. Don't you worry, Robert. All right. So without further ado, shall we get the Knights in then? Great. So we are going to bring in Juan and Tom. And also, yeah, Juan and Tom, if you can, I believe they are together in the house in the Isle of Man. And Andreas, welcome, boys.
All right.
Good evening. Thanks so much for joining me. We've got so much support on here. The comments are endless and they just keep coming. So we're going to get onto those in a minute. Juan, you've got a little question there for you. Yeah, welcome, boys. How's it been for you supporting him from all the way over there? And Andreas, it's been quite a week for him, hasn't it? So, Juan, how has it been for you over there?
I forgot it was on, actually. I've not seen much of it.
Okay.
I just had a few people send me odd bits on the phone, like, but yeah, I've only seen odd bits and pieces. Like, I'll wait till he gets back and I'll ask him then.
Yeah, great. And Tom, for you, I know you've been so present on our page and you've been a hell of a support and you've been keeping an eye on and keeping me up to date even with some of the races as well. So it's been a big one for you this week.
Yeah, I've got pretty addicted to it, to be honest.
Yeah.
You know, never thought it'd be so exciting. My uncle Mum's brother was saying this the other day. So excited to see a little brown arrow moving slowly across the screen. But no, he's so, you know, for that result yesterday was brilliant, and you know, obviously today was a bit of bad luck with getting lost and stuff, but it's you can't go straight into it, can you? At the top, you gotta, as you say, work your way into it.
You've got to learn it, haven't you? You've got to be patient, and he certainly seems to have a bucket loads of that. So, Juan, I've got a question for you, if you don't mind. We've got it sounds like someone wants some skeet on you, some gossip. Is it true that Juan will enter next year on a quad and Tom on the Sugas to support David?
Well, I don't know about that. I wouldn't mind building. I'm quite interested in looking at the machines that they've got out there. I wouldn't mind building one, but I think my £100 budget wouldn't go far in building a machine.
It'd be a pretty special story, a pretty special thing to be a part of, wouldn't it, hey?
Yeah, it would be good, yeah. Yeah, it'd be interesting. From
Cool.
a mechanic side of view, anyway.
Yeah. So you've got your own workshop over there, haven't you, Juan?
Yeah, I haven't been in it for 2 weeks because we've been isolating, but I've been tinkering around at home with some scrap I've got here. So yeah, I've been hearing bits and pieces about the Dakar boys on Facebook, but it batters your head trying to keep up with it. The amount of people that message you and say, oh, he's 50th, or now he's 60th, or now he's gone missing, now he's 10th. And so I don't really try following it too much. Like, I just listen to what Tom says every now and then.
It's quite overwhelming, isn't it, with so much information, and there is so much going on, so much activity, isn't there? But I guess, like you say, the most important thing for you is for him to just come home and you can just share the story with you.
Yeah, at least he must have listened to what I told him anyway. He seems to be going all right, so
Okay.
He must have sunk a bit in.
What did you say to him before he left then?
Well, nothing really. I didn't see much of him before he went. He was running around flat out all the time, all hours down the garage.
Yeah.
And there was some work just logistically trying to get everything sorted before we went. So I didn't even think they would get out there, to be honest. When I seen what him and Jamie McCanny had to go through to leave the island, even they had planes on standby. Then they were getting boats. Then they were having to hire cars, and I just didn't think they would get there, to be honest. But
He did though. It was a mission, wasn't it, before he'd even got on the bloody bike in the desert?
Yeah.
Tom, we've just had someone say that you're a better singer than a rider.
No, I don't think so. Maybe in the ginger.
Robbie Lakes.
Oh, right. Yeah, maybe in the ginger on a Saturday night after a few beers, but that's about it.
That's a great pub. We'll have to get you singing. So, guys, we've got a few more comments on here, and then we're going to show today's. We got the latest update from David in the desert as well, and then we'll come back to yours. So, got hello to the Knight family from Skip Broom. He looks fantastic on the bike, but how's David coping with the food? Is he burning loads off with regards to the calories? That's a great question, Skip. We'll find that answer to that out for you. Brilliant. So, yeah, there's so many hellos. All the best. Wishing him well. Brilliant. All right. So we do have the Aiden. Do we have today's content available to head over there? And we can give you what has happened in the desert today. We've got Andrew Pooley saying cracking effort. And Louise is saying made it such a fun start to 2021, having something exciting to follow. So here you go, guys. Tuning into day 10, today's stage, and an update from our man, David Knight.
So hard now.
You had another good day. Tell us about it, dude.
Made it hard for myself, really. Because I had a good result yesterday, we set off 2-minute intervals. So I just wanted to get the road book right and got it spot on. Got to about 70k, and there was no wind today, so the dust was just sitting there, and I just got a little bit off track and a little bit disorientated, I think. And so I just thought, right, I'm going to sit here and wait for the next rider behind me because some good lads behind me. Anyway, Joaquin Rodriguez turned up and he was exact same as me. And then Wire turned up and she was the same. And then before you knew it, there was like 6 of us riding around. But you couldn't tell where you were because the dust was just sat there and you couldn't see where the riders were going. I've gone the right way because the whole place was just full of dust. So we literally rode around. Like I was 40 minutes, you know. Lyra and that were probably 5-6 minutes behind me on the start. Some people went the right way, and then next minute there was like 10 off us. There was quads there. Anyway, we found a way out. But the problem is then you find a way, you get your waypoint, and then everyone else sort of undercuts you and passes you, and just fills you in and dust. So after that, it was really hard because you're trying to get through people, guys that you're much quicker than. But there, and the quads, we had three or four quads in front of us, and you're trying to pass them things, and like the dust was the worst day for dust that we've had. Just didn't even blow away; it just sat there. So it was frustrating at times, but you just gotta, as hard as it is, you just gotta keep your head, and you could easily just bang into something. And then I just cracked on my own, made a few little wrong turns here and there, but the few guys that set off about 8 to 10 minutes in front of me there, I passed them near the end. They were looking for the way, and I'd just sort of gone slightly wrong, and I went, right, no, there it is, that way. And they seen me, and then they all flied onto the back of me. So the last 110k I made a blooming good job of it, really, and it sort of limited the damage from losing 40 this morning. So all in all, I think I rode as good today, if not better than I did yesterday. But it's just them little things. But when you see Rodriguez, and you see Wire, and the guys that are leading Malimoto, they're in the 20s. It's not just me that messed it up. So, but I was happy with the last 110k doing that all on my own and doing a good job. So I'm learning. It's hard. There's no doubt about it. It's hard to navigate, and like today it was really fast as well. So you're bouncing around and you're hitting rocks when you're trying to look at the road book. It's it gets a bit sketchy. You just got to back it off a bit. As much as I want to go out and get it, throw it in the top 10, you've got to just talk yourself out of it, So.
And you've seen what you call them, Cornetto.
Yeah, shame that I was, Juan Cornetto. He was leading, and real nice kid, come from absolutely nothing, lives in the middle of the desert in Chile, and I was really, hoping that he could have won it. Would have been so good for him to win it. But just shows you, he had a big crash today as well and crashed out. So, we've only got 2 days left. We've got the longest stage tomorrow and then a short one. But that's what I mean. It's it's not over until you get over that finish line. It's there's anything can happen yet, and I'm just trying to keep the bike. The bike, touch wood, it's running brilliant, but you've just got to, even today on the big long runs, I was like half throttle, not revving it because you're just thinking, for saving a minute, I'm just on a nurse it. That's where your mechanic, being a mechanic, most of my life comes into it, because you start thinking about engines and everything that can go around at the speed it does, and the crank, and you just so there's nothing you can do about it. You just got to, not be too hard on it. So
I just got a message there from the boys and the girls at Spirit of Motorsport TV saying, how does he feel? Has he got energy left, or is he empty?
I feel brand new. I feel better now than I did last week. But I'm always like that. I've been like that for years. The longer the race goes on, the better I get. And I feel really good. My ribs obviously sore when you get jarred, or if you hit a rock that you don't see, or something that you don't see, a bump. It shocks you a bit, and it hurts your ribs. But everything else, honestly, it's like better than when I started. So I feel good. My body's, mint, and so just keep it that way. Don't have any more accidents or anything, and just get it to the finish.
Nice one, dude. Have a good sleep tonight, dude.
I will.
What are your thoughts, boys? Juan, what are your thoughts on that?
That sounds easy enough. He might be able to do the Scottish 6-day trial next if he gets through this.
Yeah, he obviously wants to do. He's got plans. He had plans before Dakar to do more stuff this year. What do you think? What are those plans? Have you got any idea of what he was thinking about when he does get back this year? What he had his eyes on?
Well, you wouldn't have a clue with him.
No.
No. But yeah, considering it's only his second rally, really,
Mm-hmm.
at least he's, like you say, he's using his head and just learning it.
Yeah.
Because it must be frustrating.
Yeah.
To have to ride, 70%. A lot when you know you could go faster, but like you say, everyone's crashing, and I just can't believe that bike's still going with him on it because he fucking wrecks everything. So that must be a well put together bike if it's carrying him around and still going anyway. That's my biggest fear. I'm the same. You just think the mechanical things all the time. It's like what happened with Jamie. Nothing he could have done about it. It's just a bad faulty part, I suppose.
So frustrating.
Yeah, anyone to get one of them 450s to the end of a race that long is doing well, especially in the sand and all. Like,
yeah, and they've got the tire restrictions this year as well. They only limited to 6 back tires to the race. So I wonder how everybody's getting on with that because they'd be running ragged really through the desert, won't they? But so Tom, for you, watching your uncle over there battling through the desert and still doing it, still there, and literally he's got the finish line. It's just on the horizon, isn't it? Now, what does it feel for you to be watching him? And it's been an exciting week and a tough week to watch, but it must be quite a proud moment as well for you to be watching.
Yeah, obviously, growing up with him, being at the top of his game, but obviously when he was, in his heyday, 2005, 2006 up to like 2010, I was only pretty young, so I don't really remember much about it. But to watch the Dakar, I was, I've never been so interested. I've never really followed it before, but he's doing absolutely brilliant, and he's quite hot-headed sometimes, gets quite frustrated easily, and thought, maybe he might get frustrated and spit the dummy a bit, but he hasn't really. So still pretty headstrong. Good.
And so you racing yourself as well. When was the last time that you raced? Did you race? Because you've been...
Boxing Day. I did a fun event with my mate Callum Crow.
Yeah.
TT sidecar passenger Crow brothers. They're probably watching here now. But yeah. I obviously started off in trials when I was younger.
Yeah.
And then 2015 moved to Enduros, just sort of doing stuff at home and then doing British Championship. 2016 I finished second in the Youth British Extreme Championship. And then just sort of snowballed on from there really. Went to do a Super Enduro in 2018, the final round in Bilbao. And just for a bit of a laugh. And really enjoyed it. I think finished 5th in the Europeans, and then I went and did the first round of the 19 championship, finished 3rd. So I thought, I can make something out of this. So went in and won one round in Budapest, won that overall, and then finished championship in 3rd my first year. So I was pretty happy with that really. But,
and tell us a bit about the picture. You've got a picture there. It's absolutely stunning, just behind your dad.
That's in Poland. That was
Poland.
The first round Krakow of the European Championship. So
wicked. And you must ride with David then quite a bit when he's back on the island.
Yeah, to be honest, we don't actually go out that much together. Really, obviously, I work full-time job and stuff. But when we can, we do get out together on the bikes. And obviously now, Finley can come out with us and stuff. It's nice.
So that's his son, isn't it? How old's Finley?
Yeah. He's 8 next week. He's almost 8.
Great. Love it. Brilliant. Brilliant.
Yeah, I've just sort of somehow ended up getting into sidecar road racing F2. So I don't know how I got into it really, but been passenger and I've just got one now to ride. So
wicked.
sort of swapping into swapping into roads a bit more than dirt now.
It's in the family, Juan, hey? It's in the blood. Just keeps getting passed down and passed down.
Yeah, like a bad illness. But Tom's obviously gone a bit mentally ill because he's bought a sidecar, so we've got to try to find some better drugs for him.
I love it. Right, we've got 2 fans here, boys, so they're going to join us in the studio. They're going to jump in. We've got loads of amazing comments on here as well. Juan, you're going to do it next year. People are asking, they want you to get you out there, don't they? Tommy, Dakar 2022 as well on a Honda trike. Love it. So much support. A big hello from so many people. Go Tommy Tang. Brilliant. All right, so we've got one of the followers joining us. I think it's Adam. Is it Adam Winslet? Hey, Adam.
Hi there. How you doing?
You okay?
Yeah, good. Yeah. I interviewed David actually on a motocross thing the other, I don't know, whenever it was before. He went to try and get him a bit more dough. So he's doing absolutely amazing.
Good. Fantastic. And how recent was that?
It was about 4 or 5 weeks ago with this Vets motocross thing that sort of I'm not involved with, but because of lockdown, this sort of thing started up. And just been following him ever since, really, on the Dakar Rally. Just to finish it, it's like winning, I think.
Yeah, I totally agree. And don't you think, Adam, that a lot of people who, it's like you, Tom, you said before how a lot of people might have been into the racing or watching David, but they were never into the Dakar. So they're totally into it now, and we're hooked, aren't we? We're it's like you said, we're kind of addicted. We can't stop. It's a pretty special thing to be redirecting the passions and shining a light on something new for everybody as well. It's an insane event, isn't it, Adam?
Oh God, I just remember watching it as a kid. I can't remember. I think it was like a VHS videos. And then obviously you get older, you have kids and ain't got time to watch so much, and now they're flown the nest, you can start following all this stuff again.
Have you ever been to the TT?
Been to the TT, absolutely. If anybody's watching this, you've got to try and get there. So gutted that it's not on, obviously, next year. It wasn't on this year.
I know.
Fingers crossed this vaccine to get it all sorted out.
We'll be back next year. So have you got any questions for the boys, Adam?
I literally just clicked because I know this StreamYard thing. So I've come in sort of halfway through whatever you guys were talking about, and I just thought it was about David. So I've literally come in blind.
It is. It absolutely is. And I've got a question for you, if you don't mind. So has there been any particular stage that you've enjoyed more so than the others, or any more frustrating stage?
I think it's a bit massive learning curve, the navigation. There's like we interviewed Sam Sunderland as well, because he does a bit of off-road, and his advice, we said, would you give David any advice? And his advice was don't chase the dust, don't follow other people's dust, because it's like that's like summit fever, he said, because they could be going wrong. You've got to do your own thing. And I think David sort of settled down into that rhythm and doing his own thing.
Yeah, it feels like he has got his rhythm now, doesn't it? It really does. Just the navigation has caught him out a little bit. Was it today he lost? I think he lost 40 minutes today, didn't he? But doing amazing work. Brilliant, Adam. Thank you. I really appreciate you jumping on here. Keep an eye out for more shows. It'd be great to get you back on. And
brilliant. I love what
next year.
Oh yeah, well, like I say, fingers crossed. All the best, and hopefully David will get a factory next year if he gets in the top 10. Who knows?
Fingers crossed. Thank you, Adam.
Cheers for having me on.
Take care. We do have one more. We've got lots of great comments here. We've also
So we've lost Hailey, so that's not good. Adam, Adam, you might have to be the
Oh,
new
right, I'm
host,
back.
mate.
Yeah.
Hailey's
Yeah,
back.
she's on
I'm
now.
gone.
What happened there? I don't know. Hello, Maz. Hello.
He brought me back on in case you disappeared. I don't know.
I thought we might have a new co-host because you disappeared.
Brilliant.
So we've got Hailey. So we've got one more fan who's coming, which is the CEO there. I think she's having Wi-Fi issues, so I'll leave
it's
you to
Mary.
it. Oh, it's Marion. Okay, so cool. All right.
Put me back.
Can you hear us? Okay.
There.
Can you hear us? All right.
Off again.
Oh,
Yeah.
we're going to get you on. We're determined. We are. You're going to. Yeah, there you are. So if you keep the phone still, Marion, keep it still, and then the Wi-Fi will hold. Can you hear us?
Yeah. Well, it's here right next to me.
Can you hear us? Okay. Yeah. Welcome to the studio. Can you hear us? All right. I don't think she can hear us, can she?
Hi.
Can you hear
It's
us?
taken a while. Yeah.
Welcome, Marion.
Yeah,
Welcome.
it's a bit
Thank you
tingy,
so much.
but yeah, I can.
We've had some technical issues, but welcome. Thank you. David's mum, you must be. How have you been feeling this last week watching him from the Isle of Man and supporting him from over there?
Okay, yeah. I'm just hope he's not reading anything like that before, and I just want him to come home safely. Obviously, I want him to do well as well, but I just want him to come home safe, really. And he's doing good.
Yeah.
He's doing excellent. So, I've been there before, following him. I followed him all his career, and as Juan and Paul and everyone did, and all his mates. Yeah, I'm dead chuffed with him. It's the last thing he wanted to do in his career. Do you know what I mean?
Pretty special, hey? Pretty special for you to see now that he can get the ball rolling, because he's wanting to do more, isn't he? So he is wanting to go back, but we just need to get him to the finish line for this one, don't we? And we'll see what happens for the rest of the year and going into next year.
Yeah, it all depends on the old pennies.
Yeah, exactly. And we've got plenty of supporters, though. We've got so many people on here. We've got big hellos from lots of people. We've got hello to the family, all the best to everyone, all the best to David, massive respect to you, Nita. The whole of the Isle of Man is behind you. We've had a huge amount of support from the island, which is pretty special, isn't it? And also from people all over the world. Now, it's been quite a journey to get him on the bike, and now what you're doing is not only supporting him there, but you're supporting Emma with the kids as well whilst he's away. So she's got the 3 little nippers there.
I try. Yeah, gorgeous. Yeah.
And have the kids got any idea what Daddy's doing?
Daddy on and,
Oh, yeah.
Sorry?
They're shouting him on. They do know what he's doing. They're aware of what's going on.
Yeah, he speaks to them most nights anyhow, yeah. Which is more than he does for me. He just leaves me alone.
Yeah.
I just leave him to get on with it.
Yeah. Great. So you've been there all the way through his career, supporting through every single move, and we are there every step of the way, and we just want him to get there to the finish line, don't we? So, and we'll see what this year has in store for him. Emma's got a message as well, so she wanted me to read a message out because she couldn't make it this evening, getting the kids to bed, bathing the kids, homeschooling as well. So I'll share with everybody the message that Emma also had. She wanted to thank everybody for the support. So she had, please, can you just apologize that I can't,
sorry, Hailey,
can't make it.
It's just tinging in my ear now.
Well, we appreciate you jumping on with us, Maz. It's great that you actually got on here. It's great to see you. Oh, technical issues. Yeah. She needs a grandson
There's
there
a
to
phone
sort
box
her
outside
out.
the house.
I know, exactly. Oh, boys. Yeah, great. Thanks so much for joining us. It's been a pleasure to represent David whilst he's in the desert. And you can just see that there are so many messages coming through for him here. So there's a huge amount of support coming through. And we look forward to doing some kind of celebration when we get back and bringing everybody together and just honouring the kind of mission that he's taken on board. So what's next for you, Juan? Are you going to be getting out there at all? Are we going to be riding, or are you just going to be getting back to work? And
yeah, I just spend all my time fixing stuff now.
Yeah.
But I do a few trials now and then, but that's about it now. Yeah, not too bothered. Tom's used all my money up. Bikes, so
good on you, Tom.
Scrap things now. Yeah.
So, Tom, when are we going to be seeing you in the sidecar then?
Well, obviously, depending, borders permitting and stuff this year, I was hoping to get away to get my signatures and stuff up, but, we'll see what happens. But main aim eventually is TT, obviously, which everyone goes for, don't they? It's not an easy task to get there. It costs a lot of money and, time. So,
yeah.
But no, we'll work up there and we'll work with it and just see where it goes, really. But obviously, I still want to, stay on the enduro bike and to keep fit and stuff and trials and bits and bobs. Still like to do the super enduros because I seem to click with them pretty good, to be honest. Yeah, no, I'm pretty happy, really.
Well, we'll be keeping an eye out for another night out there, storming through. We've got a message for you here. We've got Gracie Knight on here. I think you might know that person. Daddy, you're going to give us a quick sing song before you go.
No, I'm not pissed enough.
Brilliant. So we've got Phil Turner saying, Juan, give it a go. Be better weather than first sight on Thursday. I think there's a typo there. Juan, karaoke queen. Now we're missing out on something here. There's a few messages. Both of you just do a duet as well. I think that'd be pretty special to get together.
What hidden talents you don't know about over here?
Yeah. They're to come. They're yet to come. We've got all the very best to David, and hello to Juan, and brilliant, great. So guys, listen, thank you so much. Really, really appreciate your time. It's great to have you on. We look forward to chatting to you again, and bring on Naita getting to that finish line safely, right? Bringing it home. So thank you.
It's been good.
Do you have anything to say? Any messages that you'd want to send out to him?
No, just nurse the bike back really and get to the finish safely. That's the main thing, isn't it?
Yeah, just soak it all up and see, can you get me a new pair of Crocs off one of them local fellas out there? They don't seem to wear Crocs out there. But let's get a new pair brought back.
Brilliant. All right, boys, nice one. Thanks so much. Take care of yourselves, and we'll speak to you soon.
Yeah.
Thanks so much. Thank you. So everyone, thanks for tuning in. I'm Hailey Coxon, the host of the Spirit of Motorsport TV. We were born back in lockdown, actually in June. We were born in the Isle of Man and now bred all over the world, really. And we're accessing and making friends and building our TSOM family all over the planet. So last June, we launched in the TT. So when the TT was no longer for 2020, we stepped in and decided to create a kind of virtual TT experience. And we did a full 2 weeks of online content and shows, which you can catch up on over on our YouTube channel. And let us know how you get on. Please leave your comments on those videos. And if there's anything more of what we've done, please do let us know, because we'd love to provide you with that content. But we've had a great time. So we did the TT fortnight, and then we've been growing ever since. We loved it, and we've loved the family and the community we've been building online, and we've loved every single show that we've been able to produce, and also all of the guests that have joined us in the studio. We've had some insane people and great characters join us for some laughs, sharing their stories of their love and commitment to a revved up lifestyle. So yeah, we are the Spirit of Motorsport, and come December this year, last year even, we got the opportunity to step in and get on board with David. Now, myself, I'm from the Isle of Man, and I love it. It has a special place in my heart. And so to be part of a project that was born in the Isle of Man, it's about motorsport, which is I've grown up with. It's just, yeah, I love it. It keeps me alive anyway, and it fires me up, as I'm sure it does with many of you. And coming from the Isle of Man and supporting Naita, knowing what he's achieved up until this point of his career, and now what he's committed to being out there at the Dakar, to jump on board, support him to get the funding, and then to just create a narrative with him so you guys can learn from the experience and see what he's going through out there in the desert. So we've got that exclusive behind the scenes access with all of the content we've got on our YouTube channel. Keep an eye out. You can see his reports that he sends back from the desert. We've got the great Billy Bike Truck Ward out there as well, reporting with him. He's amazing. So yes, guys, please do check out our content that we have on the YouTube channel so far. We've got some incredible guests that join us in the studio. However, also post-Dakar, coming up after the race, we've got lots more coming your way. We've got some amazing guests lined up and more series to launch as well. So keep an eye out on the page, keep an eye out on the platform. Please do make sure you hit the subscribe button on the YouTube channel so you can stay up to date with what's coming, what's going on. If we do any surprise shows, once again, any jump-ons, you'll have the notifications sent to you and you will not miss a thing. Remember, if you get involved in the live chat, you are here, you can get involved in the conversation, and we want to see you. We want to see your chat. We can send the messages and the questions over to David as well, but we're here to build the content for you and to give you as much access as we can, right? So thank you so much for all your comments. Skip Broom, Hailey, you're a star. Thank you so much. Hello to Mark. Simon King says, good effort. Keep up the good work. Look forward to more content. Thanks for your support, Simon. Lorraine, loving it all. Thank you. Kevin Johnson says, brilliant show. Thank you so much from across. Lee Williams is saying, Andrew Edwards, watch this later. Yes, please do. Tag your friends. If you know anyone that's missed this and might enjoy the show, please do send it their way. Sharing is caring and all that jazz. Nice one, Hailey from Steady Dicko. Andrew Pooley saying, enjoy that. Keep up the great work. Best wishes. Al McLeod, nice one, Hailey. Good effort from Andy Hayward. Nice one, guys. Thank you. Listen, we would not be here and still be able to produce the content that we do without our TSOM family. So please keep sharing with those that you know that will enjoy the content. The way that we're living now, we need to get our fix from somewhere, and this is what we want to do with this platform. Shine a light on the stories that are out there, that everything but the racing, all that we can provide, and all of the stories that are out there, the passions and the love and commitment that you all have to a revved up lifestyle. So I'm Hailey Coxon. This is the Spirit of Motorsport TV. Thank you so much for joining us this evening. Remember to hit that subscribe button and stay up to date with all that's going on.
You've had another good day. Tell us about it, dude.
Made it hard for myself, really. Because I had a good result yesterday, we set off 2-minute intervals. So I just wanted to get the road book right and did it spot on. Got to about 70k, and there was no wind today, so the dust was just sitting there. And I just got a little bit off track and a little bit disorientated, I think. And so I just thought, right, I'm going to sit here and wait for the next rider behind me because some good lights behind me. Anyway, Joaquin Rodriguez turned up and he was exact same as me. And then Wire turned up and she was the same. And then before you knew it, there was like 6 of us riding around. But you couldn't tell where you were because the dust was just sat there and you couldn't see where the other riders were going that had gone the right way because the whole place was just full of dust. So we literally rode around. Like I was 40 minutes, you know. Lyra and that were probably 5-6 minutes behind me on the start. Some people went the right way, and then next minute there was like 10 offers. There was quads there. Anyway, we found a way out. But the problem is then you find a way, you get your waypoint, and then everyone else sort of undercuts you and passes you and just fills you in and dust. So after that, it was really hard because you're trying to get through people, guys that you're much quicker than. But there, and the quads, we had three or four quads in front of us, and you're trying to pass them things, and that, like, the dust was the worst day for dust that we've had. Just didn't even blow away, just sat there. So it was frustrating at times, but you just gotta, as hard as it is, you just gotta keep your head, and you could easily just bang into something. And then I just cracked on my own, made a few little wrong turns here and there, but the few guys that set off about 8 to 10 minutes in front of me there, I passed them near the end. They were looking for the way, and I just sort of gone slightly wrong, and I went, right, no, there it is, that way. And they seen me, and then they all flied onto the back of me. So the last 110k I made a blooming good job of it, really, and it sort of limited the damage from losing 40 this morning. So all in all, I think I rode as good today, if not better than I did yesterday. But it's just them little things. But when you see Rodriguez, and you see Wire, and the guys that are leading Malimoto, they're in the 20s. It's not just me that messed it up. So, but I was happy with the last 110k, doing that all on my own and doing a good job. So I'm learning. It's hard. There's no doubt about it. It's hard to navigate, and like today, it was really fast as well. So you're bouncing around and you're hitting rocks when you're trying to look at the road book. It gets a bit sketchy. You just got to back it off a bit. And, as much as I want to go out and get it, throw it in the top 10, you've got to just talk yourself out of it, So.
And you've seen what you call them, Cornetto.
Yeah, shame that I was, Juan Cornetto. He was leading, and real nice kid. Come from absolutely nothing, lives in the middle of the desert in Chile, and I was really, hoping that he could have won it. Would have been so good for him to win it. But just shows you, he had a big crash today as well and crashed out. So, we've only got 2 days left. We've got the longest stage tomorrow and then a short one. But that's what I mean. It's it's not over until you get over that finish line. It's there's anything can happen yet, and I'm just trying to keep the bike. The bike, touch wood, it's running brilliant, but you've just got to, even today on the big long runs, I was like half throttle, not revving it, because you're just thinking, for saving a minute, I'm just on a nurse it. That's where you're your mechanic, being a mechanic, most of my life comes into it, because you start thinking about engines and everything that can go around at the speed it does, and the crank, and you just so there's nothing you can do about it. You just got to, not be too hard on it. So
I just got a message there from the boys and the girls at Spirit of Motorsport TV saying, how does he feel? Has he got energy left, or is he empty?
I feel brand new. I feel better now than I did last week. But I'm always like that. I've been like that for years. The longer the race goes on, the better I get. And I feel really good. My ribs obviously sore when you get jarred, or if you hit a rock that you don't see, or something that you don't see, a bump. It shocks you a bit, and it hurts your ribs. But everything else, honestly, it's like better than when I started. So I feel good. My body's, mint, and so just keep it that way. Don't have any more accidents or anything, and just get it to the finish.